Hello, Marjan. It's Fiona, as you know, everyone, welcome. I'm talking to your Liberal candidate, Marjan, and she's actually in her car still canvassing. And so, thank you for accepting the invitation to tell people who you are, why you, why vote for you, what you stand for, what they need to know in the crunching day. Election is June 2nd, is that correct?
Yes, election is June the 2nd. It's approaching, and so many people started to cast their votes in advance polls.
Nice. So yesterday we spoke with NDP. Dennis, today we're speaking to you, and I'm waiting to speak to Dawn Gallagher. Dawn called me today, so she's going to set up an appointment. I have another appointment with Michael Parsa and a few people. So I'm just going to share. I think I only have four pictures of some of the candidates so far. So that's you. We spoke to Dennis. I want to Michael Parsa, and as I mentioned before to the people, we have Dawn Gallagher, and we just really want to give you that opportunity to reach others who might not even know it's voting. I talk to people and they're like, "Oh, it's election." I'm like, "Yeah, it is," and they had 30 days to kind of put this together. So welcome and thank you. And if you're just joining, please have your comments. We want to do this through the Oro Block Community Association because, Marjan, it's our responsibility to do everything we can to keep people informed. Even if one person didn't know, that's one too many. So introduce yourself, tell people who you are and what your candidate and your platform is about.
Thank you so much. My name is Marjan Kassilu, candidate for our Rockridge's Richmond Hill, as you mentioned. I am a registered nurse by profession. I have 2 degrees in nursing and my master's in business administration. I believe intertwining two major part of life, the
Sorry,
business.
Marjan. There's a little static in your phone as you start to talk. I'm not sure. It wasn't there before. Start again.
So the actually I am a registered nurse and I have 2 degrees in nursing and my master's in business administration. And I believe having both knowledge in healthcare as well as the business and economy, it will help us to have better plan on how we are going to um, solve the issues that we are facing right now in healthcare. Healthcare is really one of the important part of our society, and we need to make sure we are solving the issues and gaps in the system. Right now, we have human resource crisis, and the COVID actually showed us that we need to work harder to make sure the gaps have been, closed. I'm also so passionate about, connecting to people, um, and see what is exactly happening in the society and in our communities, and being able to bring the policies and resolutions that can help people. I actually have done quite a few number of policy planning and advocacies that have been, worked out really well. And I'm so glad that many people have used the services. That is outside my work. This is like the sidetrack and the passion I have for my community. And I have been always grateful that the end result was amazing. Um, why me? I think one of the reasons I'm running into politics is I found advocacy by itself sometimes cannot be the engine for change. We need to actually come where the decisions are being made and bring the advocacy to the next level. We need to make sure that although we are talking about what we need to do, but we need to have a voice, in Queen's Park that can continue be the advocate. And I do believe I'm that person. And I do believe that you know, one of the areas of expertise is the communication with the community and being connected to everyone, not only once the election run, coming in seeking, attention from the community, but constantly being that open door for people to come and seek help, and also being the person that can risk, you know, and can propose some solutions that can help people. This is my I think my area of expertise, and I would be happy to take you to the next level.
Yeah, I like that you just said you want to be an ongoing voice and have an ongoing presence. The last article that I put in the Star in the York Region paper, it was saying that we want leaders who are not just popping up like groundhogs when it is election time, right? So, if you're just tuning in, I'm just speaking to your candidate Marjan from the Liberal Party. Again, over the next couple of days, what we're doing with the Oral Block community platform is to just give them the opportunity to tell us who they are, what they stand for, what people need to know about their services and or their platform, what they stand for, and so we can make an informed decision. So I know there's some static on her phone when she's speaking. If you're on, are you hearing? Just comment and let us know if you're hearing clearly. So I will just keep talking with her until I see someone can let us know if you're hearing her clearly. I don't want anything to be missed, because this is the whole point of us connecting. So thank you again. I know you're just canvassing in the rain and stopping in the car to talk. So let me see. Someone just come in. So let me check to see. So they say it's a bit staticky. So I'm not sure. Can you talk again for me, Marjan, please?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Do
Whenever
you
you're
hear me?
speaking, it start to crack. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Is your phone holding on to something?
I believe I may actually have some problem with the connection, because I see a dot on top of my
Yeah, no, the connection is great.
connection bar.
It's just a little bit cracky. Um,
Mhm.
but we'll continue because I think I just
Okay.
want to know as long as we can hear, I can hear, of course we hear static in the background, but I can still hear what you're doing. But I want to make sure people are getting everything that you have to say. You mentioned about your running because as a was you said registered nurse, healthcare is very important to you. I know that's been a lot of things that people have been bringing to the table about healthcare. What else would you like people to know about your platform?
hmm Um, um, as a nurse, I always believe that, we cannot have healthy society if we don't pay attention to the social determinants of health. Things like education, things like economy, things like housing, how people are secure in terms of the food on the table, if mental health have been taken, if they are healthy mentally, if they are taking care of their social status, if people have been feel included in the society, everything kind of um, correlate, and everything can help um, people feel healthy and be healthy. And
So one party can't can one party make that happen?
so I do believe that Liberal Party has a strong plan.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about the Liberal Party because um, it's not biased, I can say. I have been part of the advocacy that I had done. I was talking to so many MPPs from different ideology, different parties, and at that time I was not associated with any of the parties. And the conversations that I had, made it clear that the party that has that value of inclusion, and that value of helping people, and don't leaving people behind,
Mhm.
and also being comprehensive about the uh, resources that people need in the society. That party has been, to me, has been Liberal Party. And
Okay.
I'm so glad that Liberal Party has not only prepared a platform that come from people through the consultation in several months before election.
Mhm.
They started really in advance. I was involved with the Liberal Party as an advocate, as I said, through their platform creation. Once they had started having consultation with Ontarian about different pieces of platform, and I was able to voice some of those concerns through the advocacy work. Then once I become elected as the candidate, it was another avenue of consultation with the stakeholders. So we had the consultation with the coalition, with the people who were expert in their fields, and the policy that everyone can see right now is, I can say, the comprehensive plan that comes from people and is supporting the needs in our communities. And the magic behind the being so confident that these policies and platform can be effective is the policy have been put forward after the thorough evaluation in terms of the funding.
So
So
if you're speaking to someone who have no idea about politics and they
mhm,
might get completely confused with the terminology, the technology, what is the simplest thing you can tell them right now that's going to affect their decision on June 2nd?
mhm. So, right now, all of us, going through, hardship post pandemic. Although some believe that pandemic is not done yet, but yes, we have been struggling in the last couple of years. It have been tough, and some of the decisions actually made by the government made it worse. So, small businesses have been going through, tough time, and opening and closing, and it was tough for so many people,
Yeah.
and so many people are struggling with the cost of living. um, you know Everything have been skyrocketed. The price of everything have been raised,
Mhm.
and the gas price, the housing market is it's so hard to believe, the younger generation, if they want to have their own first home, and the people who wants to buy their first home, it is out of touch. It is, some people cannot believe they may actually be able to find a home or be able to even rent a home for themselves. This is so um, fundamental to be able to provide the services that made everything available for the community. And what we have in our platform, which we kind of summarize under economy dignity plan, it actually capture everything from the food on the table, so we can scrap the HSD and make it a little more affordable. The food under 20 can the prepared meal, so people don't pay the tax. And the housing market, we have amazing plan to decrease the cost, make the rent to own program available, so people can start renting the home and be able to um, have that home as their own home.
Mhm.
And also the policies around bringing childcare, $10 paid childcare
So I think she lost her connection, and I was just talking to Marjan from the Liberal Party. We were just having this 15 minutes conversation just to say, tell us about your platform. It's important to vote. What should people know? And so thank you guys for tuning in. Comment below, ask questions. She will be following up later to answer those, and we can also forward those on to her. Tomorrow, I believe we're speaking to Don Gallagher Murphy. I'm going to be confirming, but again, it's just to give you a little sneak peek of who is out there, who's running. Um, yeah, who is out there, who's running, and who is asking for your vote, and what are these promises? Are we going to see something come out of them? How much are them? How much of these? How much of this promise is all about just getting me in and get the votes? So don't be afraid to ask your question. I saw your comments saying, the problem is foreign investment, and there's no doubt about that. And those are things that we need to bring to the table, and call them out and ask our leaders and expect them to give us some kind of commitment. Today, I was at the table of a conversation with the Minister of Family and Children, and it was a privilege to sit at that table. They were talking about the anti-poverty policies for Canada. And yes, a Canada as wealthy as ours have over 1.3 million children and families that are still living in poverty. And so when I sat at that table and listened to the leaders and the senates and all of them speak, it was very eye-opening to know that it is so important for us to be involved, because by sitting there, I was able to ask questions. I was able to give my feedback. And that's what this whole point of the conversation is, just to give our feedback, to let them hear our voice, to not become complacent. And so thank you again for joining. Again, like I said, we will definitely post your comments so she can come on back later, and feel free to answer those for you. I'm going to read this last comment before we close. There has been no real effort to curtain this problem. The same old story from all the parties who keep dancing around the reality and truth that needs to be addressed. Rental levels are creating a new levels of poverty. I, listen, I can't agree with you more. I see it. And that's why when I talk to people, like I said, it's hard when a leader making decision for us don't even know the cost of a bag of milk, and why we don't want our water bill to go up and our property taxes to be too much, because every cent matter to us. And it is crazy. So thank you again for joining. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate your comment and feedback. And we will continue to do this until the second. Sometimes our best advocacy is at the poll. And now, even then, even when they're all so hard to choose from, we still have to vote. So either, we really don't still have to vote, but that's your best way to put in your voice, and is through your vote. So thank you again. Have an amazing evening. Love and appreciate you guys. And we will keep posting and sharing about their platforms so we can all make an informed decision. Have an amazing night.